Hey guys, what's up? Sean. Hey, I wanted to do a series of videos, and the first one I'm going to do is going to be on Bob Cook, our vendor. I'm going to go through a lot of our vendors. Anyways, this is going to be the first one. Bob Cook he has Cook's holsters, and they're one of our vendors, and they do kydex holsters, as you can see the one on my side here, right? This is for my 19, and I'll just go ahead and show that it's clear, right? I've done enough videos, I shouldn't have to do that every time, but still, I do it every once in a while. Anyways, his holsters are great. I'm just going to tell you, I love this holster, absolutely. And realistically, it just the ergonomics of it, the feel of it, the retention of it, just how it snaps in, pulling it out, just everything about it, I love it. And one thing that you guys do need to know is, yes, having a firearm is vital. Yes, having good quality training is vital, but a holster as well. Now this right here is, I think, 30 bucks. It's a Serpa holster, and you know, it does the job, and a lot of people, when they're new into it, they get it, and I got it for open carry years ago. Anyways, simply for the fact of that it's a level 2, because it has a push button. I think that's level 2. Anyways, I got it for that reason. There, it locks in. But here's the difference. It just rattles around. This does not hold it, which with it moving around like this, if many of you know who's had these, it will wear the finish on your slide here and here a lot. Now some people don't care about that. Granted, fine, no worries. But just know that it will wear the finish right off of your firearm because you're running around and it's jiggling around. And also when certain aspects of training, when you're moving from A to B, or you know, you're going from one cover to another. I'm not sure how you guys train, but it will wiggle around, and in times of doing that, you put your hand, I mean, it won't be a conscious effort. Like if you're doing a drill where you press out, you engage, and then you go back, you holster, you run behind cover, another cover, press out, engage. Whenever you're doing that, running from one to the other with it in your holster, it feels like it's going to fall out. Even though it takes depressing that button right there for it to come out, still, subconsciously, you automatically go here and you put your hand on your firearm to hold it or make sure it's not moving or coming out. This holster here, I mean, there's absolutely nothing. Quality holsters, man, just people don't understand. But I don't want to do this over the floor, but here, let me do this. That'll work. Put this chair right here. There we go. So it's gonna come out eventually, right? There. That took 2 hands. I mean, a good, strong bit of effort there for this to come out of this holster. But if that doesn't show you, no wiggling, no moving, no nothing, right? If that doesn't show you that this definitely has this holster locked in, I don't know what will. But we'll do a close-up of it on the table here. So as you can see, the 2 pieces of kydex, you can see the line, but you can't feel it, and it's very smooth. It's rounded off. It's got a very nice finish on it. And the belt loops here are interchangeable. It came with 1.5 inches and 1 3/4 inches. My belt I'm currently using, I've used for a year or so now, is 1 3/4 inches. So I put these on it to where it holds it better. And a lot of people don't realize that right here, me and Kim were talking about it, one of our instructors, it does have a slight indentation here, so it does hold some retention on the breech, which is good, and also on the trigger guard itself. But it's smooth. It's got a very nice finish to it. Like I said, all the edges are nice and smooth, like rounded off, and it's virtually seamless. Like, I mean, you could see the line, but you can't feel it by no means, and there's no gap in it at all. So I'm just trying to give a good, as good as a review on this as I can. And I have virtually gone to shooting more 9mm with this 19, because this holster, I try and get one specific holster per firearm, and this one was specific for my 19, my Vickers here. And it is a great holster. It does have some pretty good scratches and gouges on it, simply for the fact of racking it with the rear sights. I try and practice and do a lot of one-hand manipulation, but that's just part of my training. I don't know. I love the holster. I've probably drawn in the last 6 months, just an accurate number, at least 1,000 times, at least 1,000 pulls out of this holster. I would say 100 maybe with live fire, and well over 1,000 with dry fire drills, because I'm susceptible to, pull, go through my 7 fundamentals and then back to holster, and then right back to it, back to holster, right back to it, and back to holster. So again, I'm just trying to get my gun out of the way there. This holster is a beautiful finish. But not really that is my concern. More of a concern is the durability and how long it's going to last, and with me beating on it. And roughly the last, I want to say it's been about 6 months now I've had this holster. I've been beating the hell out of it, and it's held up great. It's really endured everything I've done with it, and even jumping on my side with the firearm, I did that twice, and it was just to see if these would snap. Honestly, I haven't had a holster that's had the little wings on it yet, so I literally dropped on my side to see if I was going to snap those, and it didn't. So just to put that in perspective for you guys, but good quality holster is vital. It really is. Like I said, if you're on a budget, and I understand, I've been there, and I am there at times, this thing is great, but I'm not a huge proponent of open carry in public, and just, it's cheap. Sorry, I hate to say that. It served its purpose, and I use that more for firearms around the house now. I don't even carry that Serpa at all. But this is a great holster. You guys need to check them out. Again, it's Bob Cook is the owner. He's our vendor, and Cook's Holsters. Guys need to check them out. They give 2AW members a discount. Other than that, you guys have any questions, you want to hear me talk about it one-on-one, feel free to shoot me a message. But definitely check out Cook's Holsters. This holster has been great for me. And that was another thing too, like attention to detail, and that's something I wanted to bring up. A lot of people don't realize, but whenever I get a holster, or a firearm, I should say, I do a lot of modifications to it, right? And this was a Vickers model, so it already had a lot of things already done to it. This holster already accommodates all of that. I didn't tell him what all I had done to my firearm. So he already has, you could see right here that with the imprint on it, he already has it accounted for it having an extended factory Glock slide release, which is bigger than any of the Ghost or the Tango Down or the Vickers, right? And this one, it steps out as well, but it doesn't have that little triangle teardrop deal, but it's accounted for that. So anything that size, I guess the biggest you're going to go or smaller, it's already accounted for that. So things like that, I mean, just wow, most people don't put that in consideration, but guess what? He did. He already had it accounted for, simply for the fact of if I have it or if I'm going to add it, bam, it's there. Now when I add it or have it, I don't have to get a new holster because of that, and a lot of people don't do stuff like that. So guys, just and also high sights, that was another thing. I have a couple holsters, kydex holsters, that this gun will not work in because it rubs, and it just, I mean, it gets into a point to where it grinds because of how high the front sights are on this, right? And it's just chewing away at the kydex. Now, of course, yes, I can work it in and out, or get a little Dremel tool or something of that nature, but his already accommodates for it, and there's plenty of clearance. Hopefully you guys can see that well. So, anyways, great holster. You guys should check them out. Great retention. It feels good. I love the way it just pops in, pulls out. It's great. So anyways, that's all I have for today, guys. Check out Cook's Holsters. He's a 2AW vendor. As always, I hope you guys are having a blessed day. Carry on.